The Out of Bounds Show podcast is brought to you by Live Oaks Golf Club and Roosevelt's at Live Oaks. Whether you're in the mood for a hot lunch or you want to go play a quick 18 with a cold beer, the only choice is Live Oaks Golf Club and Roosevelt at Live Oaks on Highway 49 North.
Pickens Jackson.
Are you ready? Yes!
Now live from the Whiskey 61 Lounge inside the Bank Plus studio.
You are listening to
Mississippi's #1 sports talk show, The Out of Bounds Show with Bo Bounds. Streaming worldwide live on the Out of Bounds radio app and on your radio at ESPN 105.9. The Zone.
Good morning. Welcome in. It's game day. Ole Miss Rebels, Georgia Bulldogs, 6 o'clock tonight in Athens, Georgia. And Mississippi State against the Alabama Crimson Tide at 6. In T-Town. I should go to that game. And meet up with Ron Fowler with 109 The Game, Roll Tide Insider, and go to, why can't I think of the Ribs place?
Dreamland.
Yeah, Dreamland. I had rendezvous in Rondavius in my mind because I stayed by there last week when I went to Memphis in May.
Well, it's easy to confuse overrated rib joints.
Well, they're both overrated.
Yeah.
Now, I will tell you this. If you eat at the bar at Rendezvous,
Slightly better?
It is because, and they have a little. There's other things on the menu other than ribs.
Gotcha.
Okay, and so if the play, I understand it's a tourist draw. I mean, I haven't been in 25 years, and I don't. Whatever. If I'm always traveling by myself, so a lot of times I'll go eat at a bar in a town or city that I'm.
Quicker.
Right.
It's easier. Yeah. No,
it's more fun. I mean, you get to talk to people, right?
That's
I don't
true.
want to go out in the dining
Sit
room
by a table.
myself and whatever. So, but anyway, if you are traveling, it's not in the top 5 or top 10 in that area, but it is the bar experience is good if you're a business traveler.
Rendezvous kind of like the Arch in St. Louis or the Statue of Liberty in New York. Like, you're supposed to do it when you go the first time, but it doesn't mean it's worth it.
Yeah. No,
right?
That's fair enough.
Right? Like,
I saw the Statue of Liberty, but I didn't go out the tour.
Same thing.
And I'm just not that guy.
I don't care.
I don't know what that means, but it's not going to happen.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah.
And
so,
I feel the same about Rendezvous.
I mean, I'd rather go to a cool spot, hop around New York. And I don't know if I'm going to see the Arch in St. Louis, but maybe at some point. It is I haven't been to St. Louis. Do you think I'm missing anything?
I've not been either. I actually would like to go because I'd like to go to, there's some cool stuff there, like socially, and then I'd love to go to a Cardinals game just because
I'm in on that. I mean, if the Cardinals
tradition.
and the Cubs are playing, and having grown up following the Cardinals and what a great baseball organization they are and the way they're run and all that, that's cool. There's some amazing books and chapters written on their business model. And
it's a cool I think there's some. It's a weekend trip, right? It's a one-time weekend trip, maybe.
Up and back.
Do a couple things.
How far is it? 5 hours from here? Or can I get there in 5, 6? It'd be great if you could find a little direct puddle jumper from here.
You don't have your own private jet yet?
I don't.
This seems preposterous.
I have friends that have them, but they don't offer them as much as I would like. Out of Bounds, 105.9 The Zone, ESPN. Brought to you by the 10-ounce filet, side of scallops, and a Four Roses bourbon single barrel Manhattan, Kessler Prime and the Renaissance. Visit KesslerPrime.com to make a reservation. We're streaming live on the Out of Bounds radio app. Want to welcome you in. Excited about tonight, tomorrow night, and Saturday with SEC baseball. And then the SEC baseball tournament is next week in Hoover. And then we'll get the regionals and then the supers and then Omaha. See how everything plays out. Lots of news coming out on Hail State and Ole Miss football for this fall. It's going to be 100% capacity. I'm not quoting anybody. It's my opinion. It's going to be great. Stadium's going to be rocking. You'll have a great time. You get to celebrate with your family and friends and tailgate and enjoy your favorite place on Thursday afternoon or Thursday night or Friday afternoon or Friday night. Smash a pizza with a buddy, hammer some wings. get a cold beer from Two Brothers or Proud Larry's and all the things that we love to do. So that's exciting, too. Show is also brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance. Bundle your auto and home and save with your local Farm Bureau Insurance agent. Go local, go with the home team. Favorites.com to get a quote in 4 minutes or less. And we're live in the Bank Plus studio. I see the Mississippi Ag John Deere tractor text line is rolling this morning. Give us your thoughts on our or maybe a topic that we missed, but topics that we are hitting. 601-885-3776. 885-3776. Blake, what do you have?
Got to think both schools would like to right wrongs in their last home games, so to speak. I know State played that weird 5-inning rained-out game, and technically that was a win, but not a great performance. You lose 2 of 3 to Missouri to end your season at home. You lose to UT Martin at home. I think Ole Miss and State would both like the opportunity to get in front of a full crowd and kind of right that wrong, so to speak.
I agree with you there. Somebody just texted me that St. Louis is 500 miles away.
Yeah, it says 7 hours and 19 minutes if you drive.
So that's wrong. That's always more. I mean, unless you're going 60 miles. So if you're going 80, you can cut at least an hour-ish off that. So what you're talking about 6 hours.
MapQuest said when I Googled it, said 7.
Fair
so,
enough.
yeah.
6 and chain. Good deal. All right.
So you can do it. Have you ever been to Wrigley?
No, I gotta go.
So Wrigley's incredible.
Are they open yet? Chicago is basically
that's a good question. I'd
destroyed
have to check.
themselves the last 14 months, so we'll have to check on that too.
But that place
I would like to go.
It's amazing.
Now there's a direct from Meridian.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You can also technically take the train up there.
And then there's a direct to Nashville from Tupelo. That's a little puddle
I'd like to go to a Titans game.
Yeah. So what you could do is you could spend the night in Starkville or Oxford, drive 50 minutes, get on the little plane in Tupelo, and you're in Nashville in 35 minutes. That's not bad.
That's not bad at all.
You get up there, you hang out. Or you could drive from, you could go into Bourbon Country or whatever. But, there you go. Those are some puddle jumpers or whatever I'm trying to say.
When are you getting the OOB private jet?
We are going to have to sell more sponsorships than we're already selling, and we're selling a lot.
We have to sell the studio.
Now, can I afford to charter a plane a couple of times a year? Yes. Am I going to do that? Not necessarily.
No. I'd like to see the OOB logo flying through the sky.
I would too.
That'd be hilarious.
I mean, I'm cool with it. I'll take a King
I've got
Air.
a buddy who actually works for a charter jet company out of New York. That's what he does. He sells charter jets, both rentable and...
With the explosion of wealth in the world,
it's a good gig.
If you're doing it right, that is a good
All he does
is
fly around on private jets to meet people. It's incredible.
I had dinner with the CEO of Wheels Up.
Yes.
A couple of years ago.
Does the football they bring in the game day people every day.
And here at Kessler a couple of years ago. And neat guy.
Yeah.
Really neat guy.
My whole point of that was maybe I can call him, see if we can get a logo on one of their planes, right?
Well, that should be a slam dunk.
Slam dunk.
I mean, we made Dak Prescott who he is. And
speaking of which, Dak Prescott, noted Dallas Cowboys quarterback, has been we talked about his earnings earlier, but man, I mean, plus 175, he's the favorite for comeback player of the year in the NFL. I mean, this could be a big year for Dak Prescott.
Oh, yeah. Well, he just made $200 million.
Yeah. Now he's got to go earn it.
Well, he has already to a certain extent, but you are right.
Yeah.
The NFL is a meritocracy, as Tony Romo told us. And you're right. He has to go do it again. And can't wait for Dak, now that he's healthy and getting healthier, and they, hey, Dak's going to be ready. He could play this weekend if he needed to. And Joe Burrow, they announced that he's cleared, but more than ready to play in September. Sports medicine is amazing this day and age, for sure. It's really incredible. It
makes no sense, honestly. Nick Fitzgerald shouldn't have been able to walk. Tim Elko shouldn't be hitting home runs. I mean, Joe Burrow's knee was backwards.
The training, the therapy, the surgical procedures, everything, man. I mean, these guys, men and women, are just coming back left and right. Out of Bounds, 105.9 The Zone, ESPN, is brought to you by Juniker Jewelry Store in Madison on 463. I'm sorry, on Highland Colony, right off 463. Juniker Jewelry Store, if you're in the market for an engagement ring, wedding ring, or earrings, bracelet, necklace, Juniker Jewelry Store. We're live in the Bank Plus studio, and we're streaming live on the Out of Bounds radio app. Pete Laven, MBraves GM at 8:30 on the Modelo guest line.
You're listening to the Out of Bounds Show podcast powered by the Sportsbook at Golden Moon Casino at the Pearl River Resort. To get in on the action, visit Golden Moon Casino today.
All right, I got to give a shout out to Kendall Collins. Good friend. Also friend of the show. And, of course, Kendall's cooked for us, done all kinds of cool stuff. And he helped us with Jeff Duncan, the Saints insider. And Jeff wrote the book, Peyton and Breeze. And so shout out to Kendall Collins, our dude. And he keeps Blake straight, too. Blake tries to get thrown out of Duty Noble Field every home series. I don't know. Blake is that guy who still thinks harassing the umpire is fun or funny. But
I do not harass umpires.
You do.
No.
And the part that is obviously you're kind of into your haterade this morning, but like you and I both umpired.
Yeah.
I don't heckle
for like
umpires.
a decade. I don't heckle them. I remind them they're doing their job poorly if that occurs.
Yeah,
But if they do well, I tell them good job.
Yeah, I think that's subjective, one, but two, I think you're a heckler. Yeah.
I just try to keep everybody on the field aware of what they're doing, especially when they do it wrong.
And the fact that you feel like you need to point out that they're doing something wrong is true to your personality.
I mean, the issue is, baseball umpiring in the SEC is tough.
True Maroon, harassing umps is part of the game.
Yeah, Amen.
He's so matter of fact.
It's not even a debate.
Well, so is our text line, along with Twitter.
Oh, that's funny.
Heckling umpires is part of the game. Man. But you don't heckle umpires like travel ball parents.
No.
So I will give you...
I try to keep it between the lines, and I'm slow. I'm a build-up guy. It doesn't start inning one. Because there are the parents who walk out on the field, and the first pitch is down the middle, and they're like, "Look low, Blue." Like this is the first pitch. It's the first pitch of the game. It's like 8:00 on a Saturday morning.
Right.
No one's awake, and there's that one dad who's had 3 Red Bulls.
People are trying to find a Bloody Mary.
Yeah, that one dad's had 3 Red Bulls. He's already pumped. He's given 3 speeches to his kid and the 3 kids he was driving to the park from the hotel that day. Like, wearing the uniform, but he's cut the sleeves off and he's wearing jorts. With like hiking boots.
Jorts. Ooh.
Yeah.
Jorts and hiking boots.
And the guy, and he's just yelling. First pitch, he's yelling.
And what are you missing? Tank top.
That's why I said cut off jersey. He takes the kid's jersey, but he cuts the sleeves off. Yeah.
Brett Favre.
Because he's got to wear a jersey because he's got to be a part of the team.
No
See, that's
question.
the thing. He's got to have the adult jersey. That's the key.
Yeah.
Because Lord knows he didn't make it far enough as a 9th grade travel ball player 30 years ago, so now he's got to make sure little Timmy hits all the fastballs.
Yeah, no, I like that. So you said cargo pants, boots.
Yeah, like some
and
cut-off shorts.
jersey.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No doubt.
Cama?
Definitely has a fat dip in.
Ooh.
Fat dip. Yeah. No doubt. And he alternates between standing behind home plate so he can heckle the ump and standing at first base so he can heckle that ump. Because they always, like you said yesterday when you were talking, I don't know what story you were telling with the girl. I don't know if that was on air or off air when you were talking about umpiring and that lady stood next to you.
Yes.
I can't. We talk about so much stuff all day. I forget what's on air and what's not.
Right.
But there's some that like to go on the first base or third base fence and then some that get right behind the plate.
That's right.
It's a strategy.
It is.
100%.
Yeah. Andrew says high bright white socks.
That is a fact.
Yeah.
Possibly in some sandals. Like,
ooh, nice. That's a good look on a Saturday morning. No doubt.
I do like Rev Bully. He's correct. Heckler is always better than Whistler.
Yeah. Than the Bandy Whistler. Kyle says, let's see. Okay. Like the Yankees manager said to an umpire one time,
Yep.
My guys are savages in that box. Get better.
That's true. He got kicked out of that game. I remember that. That was a great Yankees manager ejection.
I wonder who that was.
It's the guy that's there now. It wasn't not Gerard. It's oh man.
Mississippi Ag text line 601.
Aaron Boone.
Okay.
Former player. I couldn't remember his name.
All right. 601-885-3776. I don't want to surprise you, but I was not going to come up with that
I know.
name.
Well, you didn't know Pete Alonso, so
Yeah, but
it's fine. He won Rookie of the Year and the
but still
home run derby.
people don't know that. Most people.
Baseball fans.
No, they don't.
Baseball fans do. The problem is there's not a lot of baseball fans.
Yeah.
There's not. Down here, we're a baseball state, and we still don't have a ton of Major League Baseball fans. It's college baseball.
We have a lot of Braves fans. And Cubs.
Cubs a little bit.
And a little
yeah.
bit of Cardinals.
I'll give you the Cubs.
And
one.
that's
the tie to Chicago has always been deep here.
It is. Just because of WGN hit here in like 81,
yeah.
whatever. I mean, that's a long time. That's a long time to catch up on Cubs and Braves. So
I do agree with the Braves one for sure, but I don't think the MLB. There's so many more NFL fans than there are MLB fans because it's almost like in MLB you have to be a fan of one team, not the league. Whereas in NFL, people are fans of the league.
See, I'm fan of quarterbacks, so
That's
I can root for. You're different because, and not in a good way, but you like the Cowboys, which is fine. I mean, I like the Cowboys now because of Dak Prescott. I never liked the Cowboys growing up, but I didn't dislike them either. And I went. I liked the Saints, and that was about it.
But if you had grown up in Texas instead of New Orleans, where the franchise wasn't the single worst franchise in the history of the league, you would have had an affiliation and a fandom that would have stretched through your years. Your fandom was stopped because of the way the Saints were run and the lack of interest, and that made you, once you came back to the NFL, you didn't have a tie.
Right.
That's the difference. Like, if you grow up
I'm
with
a free
tie,
agent week to week.
Exactly. And I would say the majority of NFL fans are tied to one team but watch all of it, whereas Major League Baseball is I'm locked in on my team only.
Fair enough.
I guess that was my more point. There's not like fans of just but people don't sit down and watch just all these games.
For me, I'm fans of awesome. I'm a fan in the NFL of quarterback play.
Well, offense
and offense, and the red zone
because quarterback play
good
and offense go hand in hand.
Dak. I mean, it's a combination of Dak, quarterback play, red zone, and the big games of the week.
You've had two people text us Brett Favre was a star in the NFL.
I love this one. Brett Favre was a star in the NFL. Roll Tide on
Roll Tide, baby.
Roll Tide. Roll Tide. More Mississippi State fans or Alabama fans tonight in the stands in Tuscaloosa?
Ooh. I don't know about quantity, but the volume will be in favor of the maroon and white, not the crimson.
Yeah. How many minutes will Ryan Fowler, 109 The Game, Roll Tide Insider, dedicate to Mississippi State Bama baseball today?
Has he not
show?
asked you to come on the show today to preview this?
Because he wouldn't be able to ask me the question.
You should text him right now and see what he says.
To tee him up.
Text him right now.
To tee me up.
Text him right now and ask him, hey, do you want me to come on the show to talk baseball since we're playing there tonight? And just let's see if he responds while we're on air, and we'll say what he says.
Okay.
Because I think he might go, State's playing in Alabama?
Right. I know this.
He
doesn't know that the series starts today.
I guarantee you that.
No.
Yeah.
And I would say 99% of Tuscaloosa, outside of like athletic administrators, right? Greg Byrne knows that they play. He may not go over to the park, but he knows that they play. But 99% of people in Tuscaloosa, like the discussion this morning as you hear forks and knives hit plates in breakfast cafes and Waffle House in Tuscaloosa and that I-20 corridor.
How's Bryce Young looking?
They're not there has yet to be one question asked about what do you think about the Alabama Hail State baseball series?
No chance. There is no chance.
Not one Waffle House discussion in Alabama has led with the baseball series this weekend.
I'd argue that if you listen to 24 Hours...
And I like Waffle House, especially if you cook the hash browns
all the way
a little bit more.
Yeah. If you walk into Tuscaloosa and you listen to 24 Hours of radio, I bet you hear it talked about 5 times.
I bet Jocks doesn't mention it.
Yeah. Cole
Kubelik's midday show, lunchtime
won't
show.
Touch it.
They won't mention it.
They won't even recognize it.
I don't think so. Unless like a producer reads a news script.
Tonight,
which we don't really do that.
Like tonight at 6, catch Alabama baseball.
Yeah.
Like something like that. Yeah.
That's more 1987 radio, but I guess I don't know if we should do that or not.
You have Google. Don't ask me when the game. Just Google it.
Yeah, really. That's true. The Out of Bounds Show. 1059 The Zone is brought to you by the Hilton Jackson on County Line Road, the official hotel of the Out of Bounds show. That's where Jeff Duncan stayed. It's where our Tito's guys stay, our Four Roses Bourbon dudes stay. The Hilton Jackson on County Line Road with Drago's Seafood Restaurant and Oyster Bar. Right across the street from Edwin Watts Golf Shop on County Line Road. The Hilton Jackson on County Line Road.
You're listening to the Out of Bounds Show podcast, powered by Tito's Handmade Vodka. Try a Tito's Handmade Margarita today.
Ladies and gentlemen, listen! The Out of Bounds Show is presented by Ace Bolt and Screw, powered by DeWalt Tools.
We're dedicating this song to Pete Laven. The Out of Bounds Show, ESPN 1059 The Zone. Our guests join us on the Modelo guest line. Hope you're doing well. Welcome in. It's game day. Well, it's game day for the MBraves. It's game day for Hail State and for Ole Miss. So that's a good thing. A lot of baseball on the schedule, and we will take it. And we had a Mississippi kid throw a no-hitter this week in Major League Baseball. Spencer Turnbull from right here, right? I mean, I could basically hit a driver to his house. That's kind of cool, too. Live in the Bank Plus studio, this is 1059 The Zone, ESPN. We're streaming live on the Out of Bounds radio app. The show is brought to you by the MBraves. Beautiful ballpark, great experience. They are here all the way through next weekend, all right? So now's the time to lock in, grab a buddy or the family, and hit the ballpark and enjoy some Atlanta Braves AA baseball. The MBraves are in town all the way through the weekend. They'll take Monday off, and then they'll start another homestand on Tuesday. We want to welcome in Pete Laven, general manager for the Mississippi Braves and the MBraves. Pete, good morning, buddy. How are you?
Good morning to you, Bo. Big win last night. 4 runs in the 8th inning. Braves come out on top, 4-3 over the Lookouts. It was exciting.
Good. What time did you get home?
I normally take my time, wind down a little bit. I was home by 11:30 last night. Got a good night's sleep. No tarp poles this morning. Beautiful weather the rest of the weekend, so looking forward to it.
Yeah, so you heard that, listeners. Beautiful weather. I mean, great weather. Not too hot, not cold. Great time to hang out at the ballpark, enjoy some peanuts, hot dogs, beer, Dr. Pepper, and some MBraves baseball this weekend. Okay, so did you grow up a St. Louis Cardinals fan? I can't remember.
The exact opposite.
Cubs?
The Chicago Cubs. And
okay.
I was listening earlier. I would love to be the tour guide for you and Blake when we go to Wrigley.
Oh, yeah.
Weekend. Let's do it.
I'm in. I cannot believe I haven't, with all the cool things I've been able to experience, that I haven't been to Wrigley. This is unacceptable. Blake, you've been, right? I hate you.
I saw Sosa and McGuire face off in a 3-game series.
That's right. You told me about that, and you ran into McGuire at the hotel.
Yeah, and he wouldn't take a picture or sign anything for me. He only shook my hand. And Mark McGuire looked me in the eyes as like a 6th grade boy. I was in 6th grade.
Okay.
Looked me in the eyes and said, a picture lasts longer than a handshake lasts longer than an autograph, and walked away. And I was like, man. I hate you.
Oh,
I was so mad. And I was
man.
I was wearing a Mark McGuire jersey in Chicago.
Were you really?
I was a huge McGuire. I'm redhead. He was a redhead. Like, I dressed up as him for Halloween. My mom put
had a beard when you were 12.
Yes, my mom put a fake beard on me for Halloween one year, and I went as Mark
Did
McGuire.
you really?
I'm not kidding. Hand to the good Lord, there's probably a picture somewhere in my house.
What number did he wear? 30-something?
23, right?
25.
25. Yeah. Guys,
okay.
That tells you how long it's been.
Okay.
Yeah, we stayed 3 floors below the whole St. Louis Cardinals. We were in the same hotel on accident, not on purpose. It just happened to be that way. And
That's awesome.
Outside of the hotel, he refused to sign anything for me or even take a picture.
Okay. Or is he? Did you still love him? And
no, I immediately went to Sammy Sosa's side.
Did you really?
I'm not even kidding. We went to the Cubs store and I bought a Cubs.
That's so.
I didn't wear it. I was
mad
furious.
like that.
I was a 6th grader. Sign a freaking baseball card.
So you literally flipped that minute.
I'm not even kidding you.
From
and I was
the Cardinals
Sosa,
to the Cubs.
I was Sosa the rest of the way.
That's awesome. I love how emotional you get. Pete Laven on the Out of Bounds show, MBraves general manager. They're here all weekend. Minor League Baseball is taking off Mondays this year. And then, boom, they start another homestand Tuesday through Sunday next week. So you got games all weekend and all next week. Okay, so you grew up. I was a Cubs fan in the 80s too because of WGN. Now you grew up in Illinois, is that right?
Yeah, about a half hour outside of Chicago. You know, it's probably a little more Cub fans and Sox fans, but grew up going to Wrigley, sitting in the bleachers. I was at the first ever night game in 1988 when it got rained out in the third inning. You could tell the gods did not want night baseball at Wrigley Field. And my dad could have gotten like $20,000 for the tickets, but he let me and my little brother go, and he immediately regretted it.
So were you Sandberg guy?
Yeah, I like Rhino, but I kind of like more of the dirtbag type players like Keith Moreland and the Penguin, Ron Say, and
loved Ron Say, man.
Lee Smith. They were kind of like a softball team back then. Bull Durham, Jody Davis, and, but yeah, Sandberg was incredible in '84. That was a magical year when the Cubs were terrible every year, and all of a sudden won the division, and then broke all of our hearts in the playoffs against San Diego. But yeah, you'll probably remember '84 was a great year.
No, I do remember it. I was crushed. I was 11 years old, and the Padres just ripped my heart out. And I love Tony Gwynn, but I was for the Cubs. We've had Moreland on the show. He's a character.
Really?
We had him. So Pete, he called the 2004 or 5 Super Regional, I think, for Ole Miss, Texas, or Ole Miss, Miami. I don't remember, but we had him on the show. Man, he's kind of a big person now. I think he played at Texas before eventually making it with the Cubs, didn't he?
Yeah, he went to he was a Longhorn football and baseball player, and then I think he was calling their games. Baseball and maybe even football, like doing color for the Longhorns. Not sure if he still is, but yeah. Zonk, Keith Moreland,
yeah. And then Lee Smith had the longest walk from the bullpen to the mound of any reliever in the history of Major League Baseball, Lavin.
Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing. Back then, like big 6'5" guy and threw 95, 96 miles an hour, and that was unheard of. Then now everybody, middle relievers are throwing 98, 99 miles an hour. But he was a rarity that back then, and just so intimidating. And like pitching at Wrigley when they had no lights and the batter was in the shade at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and Lee Smith throwing 98 miles an hour. So, yeah, they didn't stand much of a chance.
Yeah, and look, man, you know this. It's not like today where all these players are throwing, north of 97, 96, 97, 98. And he was my favorite player at that time, for sure.
Yeah, we this weekend, I don't normally tout the opposing players' prospects coming in, but a guy named Hunter Green pitching for the Chattanooga Lookouts, Cincinnati Reds, Double-A team. He throws like 101, 102. He was the number 2 overall pick a couple years ago. Had Tommy John, and he's dealing so far this year. Hopefully the MBraves can solve him, but he'll be pitching against us, I believe, Saturday night here at 6:05.
Oh, nice. Okay, that's a big deal. So how about that, Blake? Hunter Green, Out of Bounds, 105.9 The Zone. We're visiting with Pete Laven, MBraves general manager. They are here tonight. They're playing tonight through Sunday at home. They'll take Monday off, and then they'll go Tuesday through Sunday for another homestand. So the weather's perfect. It looks great. It's a great time to get out to the ballpark, and it's great family atmosphere, or grab a couple of buddies and hit the MBraves ballpark. All right, so Pete, walk me through the top prospects again that are on the team right now for the Mississippi Braves.
Yeah, you gotta come watch our catcher Shea Langeliers. He's a number 1 pick in 2019 out of Baylor. Just an absolute hose behind the plate. Great arm, and a really good bat too. He hit 2 home runs, had 4 RBIs in our first win of the season during our last homestand. Another number 1 pick, Braden Shoemake. He went to A&M. He was also in 2019 shortstop. Just smooth as silk in the field, and his bat's really coming around. He kind of engineered our 4-run rally last night with a big 2-run double. And then a couple guys, Trey Harris, right fielder, who was here for a bit in 2019, just a guy that's hit everywhere he's been. He was the Atlanta Braves minor league player of the year in 2019. Grayson Genesta at first base, another great lefty bat. So, a lot of guys come see. Hopefully we can keep them around all year. But, we also, I wanted to mention, have a doubleheader tonight due to the rain out the other day.
Okay.
So first game's at 5:35 tonight, and it's Thirsty Thursday, bar trivia in the Farm Bureau Grill. So cornhole, there's going to be a lot going on, and like we talked about, beautiful weather tonight and through the entire weekend.
All right, so let's go over that again. Doubleheader tonight. First pitch, 5:35. You've got Thirsty Thursday, and you've got bar trivia, and you have cornhole. And it's going to be a beautiful night at the ballpark. And Pete just mentioned, and that was just a few of the big-time prospects on the MBraves, the AA affiliate for the Atlanta Braves. Again, doubleheader tonight, 5:35, Thirsty Thursday, bar trivia, and cornhole. Now, Pete, when this Braves minor league is absolutely loaded, right, when it comes to talent right now?
Yeah, they've been ranked pretty highly for the last 4 or 5 years, near the top.
Mm-hmm. And I know we don't ever know, but, man, I'm hoping those guys you just rattled off will at least be here till the All-Star break.
Yeah, I think so. You can only hope. You want you want the best for them, and you want them to be rewarded for their performance. But there's so many factors that go into it. What's happening at the major league level? If there's injuries where they need to move them through the system quicker. But this year, especially with with not wanting to put guys on airplanes and move them around as much while they're still under a lot of COVID protocols, they I think throughout Major League Baseball and minor league baseball, you're going to see more guys stay at the same level as long as they can this year, just to prevent a lot of movement around and continuous travel.
Okay, good. Because selfishly, I want to make sure to get players in June into the studio. That was my, that is really selfish of me. But I want to get the players in studio so that we can cook ribs or whatever and hang out, because that was a lot of fun year before last with some of the MBraves players. And hey, did you see Pete Laven, general manager of the MBraves, double header tonight on Thirsty Thursday? 5:35 first pitch, Thirsty Thursday, bar trivia, and cornhole, all in Pearl at the MBraves ballpark, Atlanta Braves AA affiliate. Pete, did you see our guy Drew Waters, who's a great prospect in y'all's organization? 2 nights ago, he goes, he hits a bomb from the right side and the left side for AAA.
Yeah, that's Drew, man. He's going to be doing that in Atlanta soon. But that was real good to see. I mean, I know he hated not being able to play ball last year, and you're going to see him do a lot of amazing things this year.
I'm impressed, man. When we had him in studio, he was 20 years old, but handled himself really, really well. I know you've been around a lot of guys, but weren't you impressed with kind of his approach to the game?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's driven. He gets it. He's for a young guy in a clubhouse full of 25, 26-year-olds. He was a leader. He was kind of an instigator. A guy that wasn't afraid to speak his mind and have fun at the same time. And it's rare. The only other guy I've seen like that at the young age, kind of be a leader at the AA level was Mike Trout back in 2011 when I was in Arkansas, and he was a 19-year-old coming up with the Angels. So, yeah, you're going to see big things out of Drew, and then, you know, he constantly credits the ribs he had at 8:30 in the morning.
That was so funny, man. Oh, man.
No, yeah. We're prepping the guys here now for when they can come in studio and, you know,
good,
recreate the magic.
I love it. I love it. Pete Laven, general manager of the MBraves on the Out of Bounds show in the Modelo guest line. All right, one more for you. And again, MBraves tonight, doubleheader, first pitch, 5:35, great weather. You'll have Thirsty Thursday, bar trivia, and cornhole. And then, of course, they're playing all the way through the weekend, Sunday, off on Monday, and then Tuesday, another homestand, Tuesday through Sunday next week. Is your favorite baseball executive / general manager of all time Theo Epstein?
I got to give it to Theo just because he delivered in Chicago and, you know, came in, tore it down, said he was going to win a World Series, and he did, you know, and got out. You know, he mission accomplished, and who knows what's next for him, but still a young guy. He's already a surefire Hall of Famer. But yeah, no, I was super impressed with Theo. I was actually on a Zoom call with him the other day, so that was pretty cool. He works for Major League Baseball now, and he instituted a lot of the new rules that are being applied at the single A, double A, and triple A level. But yeah, no, that was cool, and definitely a big Theo Epstein fan.
Pete, we've got a question from a listener on tonight's games. Is it one ticket or two different? How does that work?
Yeah, one ticket gets you in both games.
Okay.
A half hour between games, and yeah, tickets start as low as $5. For a $5 berm ticket, if you buy online, you can go anywhere you want, even hang out at the Farm Bureau Grill all night. And, but yeah, definitely one ticket gets you both games. There'll be 7-inning games tonight.
Should we give away two sets of chairback seats, or do you have access to that on the show today for tonight's game? Or did I just put you on the spot?
Me? No, let's do it.
All right, cool. All right, well, then we're going to do it. Starting in the next segment, we will, or starting in this segment, we'll give away 2 sets, 4 total, of so 2 chairback seats and 2 chairback seats to an awesome listener. Let us know that you want to go to the MBraves game tonight on a Thirsty Thursday, doubleheader, 5:35, first pitch, Thirsty Thursday, bar trivia, and cornhole. And don't forget about the new Farm Bureau restaurant and grill. They built a new bar, and it is super, super cool there in right field. May even catch a home run over the weekend. You don't ever know. Pete, anything else we need to hit as far as this weekend, my man?
Dansby Swanson jerseys to the first 1,000 on Friday night.
Boom.
And then speaking of boom, we got fireworks on Saturday, presented by Riverbed Tire Center, and Sunday Family Fun Day. So day off Monday, then we get right back at it. We're here through Memorial Day weekend, so it's going to be a lot of baseball, and at least through this weekend, great weather and some great prospects on the field.
I like it. Okay, so we've got 4 games this weekend, 6 next week, all with the MBraves. And jump in and enjoy yourself. And we're going to give away 2 sets of 2 chairback seats for tonight's game for Thirsty Thursday, thanks to Pete Laven and the crew with the MBraves. Pete, we appreciate it, buddy. Take care, man.
Yeah, always fun. Thanks, guys.
All right, so we're going to have some MBraves players, Blake, in the studio. Then I'm out next week, most of it. So the next homestand, they'll obviously hit the road after the week after Memorial Day. All right, but they're here the next week and a half, which is 10 games total. 4 more this week, 6 next week. So that's exciting.
I love the stuff they're doing over there. It's just much more you get more entertainment value for going out there than I think you did 5 years ago or so, which I think is an important thing because minor league baseball's not really about the baseball. I mean, I say that tongue in cheek. It is for the players, but for the fans, it's about the experience. It's
Sure.
just a 4-hour experience, so it has to include more than just baseball.
No, I mean, you're right. The guys are grinding to get to the next level, but you want to go in the ballpark and have a large time.
Yeah, you want to have more than just watch some. Because the other thing is you don't have the affiliation of knowing these players the way you do with like a State, Ole Miss, Southern, something like that, where you're like watching them for years on years. So there's got to be another draw, and I love that Pete has made the Farm Bureau Grill so much more fun and like actually like bar restaurant-y instead of just a place that's like in a ballpark. Like it actually has that good vibe. And then, yeah, like you said, the stadium and the things they've done with the food, the nacho helmet. I mean, the stuff they've done is just a lot more exciting.
More bells and whistles.
Yeah, but the good kind, not stuff that doesn't matter, right, in the experience. It's actually worth going out there.
Right. Out of Bounds, 105.9 The Zone, ESPN. There's a doubleheader tonight at the MBraves ballpark, and then they're here throughout the weekend. They'll take Monday off, and then they're here for another 6-game homestand in the Jackson Metro in Pearl. MBraves, Mississippi Braves, Atlanta Braves AA affiliate, and they have several big-time prospects on the roster, and we're hoping to get a few in studio sooner than later. Live in the Bank Plus studio. Here we go. So we're going to – I see Chris.
People already wanting the tickets for sure.
Okay. We've got to do more of that.
Yeah.
Got to do more of that.
We will.
I don't know why.
We missed all last season, so it's yeah.
I got to get in the Pete will give us tickets left and right. So we want to get people in the stadium, enjoy the experience, and have fun, and then spend money. Switching gears here. What do you think about possibly more conference realignment or conference expansion? So where do you think it's going to go? Who's going to get poached? You kind of feel like the Pac-12 and the Big 12 could be on the ropes, right? Depending on...
Isn't Pac-12 the weakest conference?
Well,
of the
they
Power
are.
Five?
They are.
It's kind of unarguable, right?
Right. And they were run poorly. Man, Larry Scott made... Anyway, there's no point diving in that. Southern Cal, UCLA, Arizona State, Stanford, Oregon, Washington. Some good brands out there.
Yeah.
Some good universities, big universities with a lot of money. But how long are they going to be, not interesting and not part of the big-time discussion as far as the playoffs, big regular season games? I mean, we have big regular season games left and right here in the SEC.
Yeah. We call them almost like play-ins.
They don't have that, and I don't even know how they capture that. But does the Big Ten gobble up some of their schools? Is the question. And does the SEC go with one more round of expansion to go to 16?
4 16-team conferences. That's what I think we're headed towards. And I think the playoff decisions play a factor in these decisions as well.
We believe they're going to open it up to 12, although there's somebody wrote something about 16 again. We'll see how that looks. I can't wait. I can't wait to see. But 12-team playoff. What if we go to 12 and the Pac-12 still not putting teams in the playoff? And the G5 has to create their own playoff format. What?
They're going to be in this first one. Don't worry. It's going to be a G5 automatic qualifier.
Oh, goodness.
I can't wait for your rant when it happens.
Have we given away the tickets yet?
Not yet, but we will.
Okay. Giving away 2 sets of 2 chairback seats to the MBraves game tonight. Doubleheader starts at 5:35. It's a thirsty Thursday at the MBraves ballpark. Bar trivia, cornhole, and a ton of fun. The MBraves ballpark tonight, 5:35 doubleheader.